Good morning, dear students. Sakshi, Vansita, and Sanuvar. Good morning. Today we are going to study the poem on Jennifer's Tigers. Okay, so let me begin the poem. Okay, so as you can see, dear students, this poem addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. This is a feminist poem, in the society which is dominated by the male members, females sometimes lose their individuality. Sometimes they become too much you know uh, become too much exploited. Okay, although it is not so much there in today's society, but still it exists, in semi-urban or might be rural areas, where women are not so much educated and their families also not so much educated and cultured. So let's find out what happens in this poem. And this poem addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. Okay, constraints means the restrictions, the boundaries, the confinement is what is here constraints. So the poem addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. Aunt Jennifer represents women all over the world, particularly the women in America during the 1950s. So Aunt Jennifer is the metaphor for all the women all over the world, particularly the women in America during the 1950s. Okay, during the 1950s. Can you imagine? Now so many years have passed by. Okay, so it's not there, of course, nowadays, but still it is there somewhere in some of the less developed countries, especially in the semi-urban or rural areas. Aunt Jennifer represents women who were victims of male oppression in a patriarchal society. Patriarchal society means the society which is governed by the largely governed by the males. Okay, it is called patriarchal society. The poem describes a woman's struggle and silent rebellion against male domination. The poem describes a woman's struggle and silent rebellion against male domination. So the woman here refers to Aunt Jennifer. The name of the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. So Aunt Jennifer is the woman here, who is very much polite and very much compliant in nature. Okay, she cannot be rude against her husband. Therefore, she was rebelling, but rebelling very silently. Okay, against her husband's domination. The first stanza introduces us to Aunt Jennifer's dreams. The second stanza takes us to Aunt Jennifer's realistic world, and the third stanza is a narrative of the future. Okay, so the entire poem has been divided into three stanzas. The first stanza introduces us to Aunt Jennifer's dreams. Okay, then the second one describes about her realistic world, what kind of a trouble she is undergoing, what kind of suffering she is going through, is all that we find in stanza 2. And the third stanza is a narrative of the future, like what will happen in case Aunt Jennifer dies. Okay, whether her husband will undergo transformation in his attitude towards women, his approach towards women, or he'll remain the same. So this is what stanza third focuses upon, and the poem overall highlights Aunt Jennifer's alternate world of freedom in her art. Okay, the poem also highlights Aunt Jennifer's alternate world of freedom. Alternate, why? Because in her real world, real world, she is not having freedom. So she has made an imaginary world. Okay, um, world of freedom for herself in her art, in her work of art, that will come to know in this poem. So she has made in this poem an alternate world of freedom for her in her work of art. So what is her work of art, that we are going to know just now. Okay, come to know it now. So Um, Good morning, Kanchan and Utkarsh. Okay, so dear students, hopefully you are able to understand the theme of the poem. I am going to explain you the stanza-wise lines now. Okay, then it will be easier for you now. Theme describes the overall issues that the poem highlights. Okay, that is why theme is also very important to know, to study before we go through the poem. Okay, because theme introduces us the important incidences, or you can say the important points that the poet highlights through this uh, you know poem. So let's go through the poem now to be able to understand it more. Okay, so Sakshi, am I audible properly? Am I audible loud and clear? Please confirm with the text. Or anybody for that matter can confirm me with the text if I am audible loud and clear to you. Okay, thank you, Sanubar. Thank you so much. So now let's begin. So here we can see, mm, okay, lines 1 to 4, dear students. You see, Aunt Jennifer's tigers plunge across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Okay, so Aunt Jennifer has, as I told you, Aunt Jennifer in this poem has made an alternate world of freedom for her, okay, in her work of art. So, what is her work of art? Let me tell you. Dear students, she is making on a piece of cloth, okay, some embroidery design of some trees and tiger on her panel, okay, embroidery panel. And in this on this piece of cloth, she is expressing her desire, okay, to be free and to live with dignity like the tiger lives in the forest. Understood? Therefore, here the imagery of the tiger is the representative of, or you can say represents the image of a tiger in her work of art on a cloth of embroidery, represents the rebellious nature of Aunt Jennifer, because she was revolting. She was revolting inside, but she is a very polite woman. That is why she cannot protest against her husband violently. So she is protesting in her work of art. In a work of art, she has made an alternative world of freedom for her. Okay, by representing her rebellious nature as a tiger. Okay, she is a tiger in a world of art. Okay, in our world of art, she is a tiger. She is living independently without any dependence, and she is living in a royal manner like the way the tiger lives in a forest. Therefore, Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green, because uh, tigers are the topaz denizens. Topaz means yellowish brown inhabitants, okay, because their color, okay, topaz is the topaz here represents the color of tiger actually, okay. Bright topaz denizens means here inhabitants of a world of green, okay, because the tigers live in the world of green, and the tigers are the respectful citizen of the forest. World of green means here forest or jungle, okay. it is world of green, forest or jungle. And tigers are represented here as being very, very respectful, inhabitants of the world of green. Okay, now Aunt Jennifer considers herself to be the tiger because Aunt Jennifer's rebellious nature has been represented through the portrayal of tigers here. Okay, they do not fear the man beneath the tree. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They here represent tiger. Tiger do not fear the man beneath the tree. It means she means to say that maybe women fear man, but tigers don't fear the man. Okay, beneath the tree, a tiger is projected to be on some branch of the tree, and the men are beneath. Okay, men are below the tree. So in that scenario, she's writing this poem. Okay, in her embroidery design, she has made it like these tigers atop the tree or on the branch of the tree, and human beings are below the tree. Okay, so they do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in slick chivalric certainty, and whenever they walk in a particular elegant and brave manner. Okay, elegant and brave pace. Okay, so whenever, in the second last line of the first stanza, you can see they pace in slick chivalric certainty. Whenever they move around in the forest, they means tiger, they have their own elegance and bravery. Okay, they move in the forest in elegant and brave manner, brave pace. So that is the prestige, that is the respect of tiger, because tigers are very much bold, very royal animal of the forest. Therefore, they carry an air of prestige, they carry an air of respect with them, even in their movement. So, in order to represent this, the poet is saying they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Okay, so next you see Aunt Jennifer has made an embroidery design in her woolen fabric, the pictures of tigers on a treetops. They are the bright yellow inhabitants in the world of green, that is forest. They do not fear any man who are projected on a woolen fabric below the trees. Tigers move around in the forest, displaying their movement of gallantry and physical prowess. Gallantry means their courage. Physical prowess means their physical strength. So whenever the tigers move around in the forest, they display their movement of bravery and physical strength. Okay, because tigers are very much powerful. They enjoy prestige, and they enjoy respect in the world of animal. Okay, or in the animal world. Understood? That is why, and that is why Aunt Jennifer has made an embroidery of tiger, okay, in her panel of cloth, just to show that tigers are not scared of man. Maybe women are scared of man, but not tigers. And I want to be like tigers, so that I am also not scared of any man. That is why she has introduced the imagery of tiger in her poem, the Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Understood? So now let's move on to lines 5 to 8. Okay. So Utkarsh, are you there? Kanchan, Sanuvar, are you there? Vanshita, Sakshi, how many of you are there with me? Please write down yes, so that I'll continue with the next stanza. I'll continue with next few lines. Dear students, please confirm your presence to me first. Just text me yes. Okay, Sanuvar, thank you so much. What about others? Kanchan, Utkarsh, Vanshita, and Sakshi. Please mark your presence with yes, so that I continue with the explanation of the next few lines. Okay, Vanshita, thank you so much. So Sanuvar and Vanshita are there with me. It seems Utkarsh may not be there. Kanchan, are you there? Okay. So I'll continue with one more paragraph and then I will stop. Okay. So lines 5 to 8, you see Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Aunt Jennifer, dear students, try to understand the background. Okay, Aunt Jennifer is sitting somewhere and making making her design on a fabric of cloth, okay, where she's making her art. Okay, so what is she, with the help of her needle, with the help of her thread, she is making an embroidery design actually, okay, on a piece of cloth. So Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool, okay, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Okay, Aunt Jennifer's fingers are fluttering. Fluttering means it's shaking like this. Aunt Jennifer's fingers are shaking like this. Okay, when she is putting the needle through the wool, okay, to make the embroidery design, her fingers were shaking, trembling, fluttering like this. Okay, and find even the ivory needle hard to pull. She was finding her ivory needle hard to pull. Why? Because she is so very much depressed in her marital life, because ironically speaking, metaphorically speaking, there is the, on her finger, there is a ring of her marriage. So her marriage has become a burden. So in order to indicate that her marriage has become a burden, okay, on her, the poet has written in this manner कि as the ring is there on her finger and it is a burden for her, therefore she is finding it's difficult to make to sort of to sort of work with the needle, okay, or to sort of work with the needle on the cloth. Why? Because on her finger there is a wedding band, means wedding ring, and this ring is something which is so burdensome for her. That is why it is difficult for her to even work on a to work out with the needle, okay, to work out with the needle on a piece of cloth. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band, the massive weight, these are all metaphorical, dear students. Apparently, realistically, if you think, this is all not possible, but if you think from poet's point of view, if you think from the metaphorical point of view, then it is okay. Okay, the wedding band that Aunt Jennifer has put on, okay, on her finger, is something which is so heavy for her. That is why she was difficult, finding it difficult to work out with the needle on a piece of cloth. To She was finding it difficult to make an embroidery design on a piece of cloth, because she's finding it difficult to pull the needle. Okay, so it is literally, I mean, metaphorically, if you speak, it is okay, because massive weight is something which is the burden of her marital life. Okay, massive weight of uncle's wedding band. So massive weight of uncle's wedding band means the ring that the wedding ring or engagement ring that Aunt Jennifer has put on her finger, that has become too heavy for her to work out with the needle. Okay, metaphorically speaking, because she has become so much burdensome. I mean, her marriage has become so much burdensome. Okay, sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Okay, the writer is saying, the poet is saying that massive weight of uncle's wedding band, okay, that is sitting so heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. The ring has sat so heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand that she's finding it difficult to work out with the needle, ivory needle. Okay, so it is all metaphorical, dear students. Okay, it is all metaphorical. So here you can see massive weight means heavy weight of uncle's wedding ring suggests that Aunt Jennifer's marriage has become a burden for her. The ivory needle, her shaking hands find the ivory needle too hard to pull through. And fluttering through her wool means her fingers move jerkily through her woolen fabric while knitting. Paraphrase. See here, paraphrase. The reality of Aunt Jennifer's marital life is depicted here. The reality of her marital life is so irksome, so unpleasant for Aunt Jennifer that she is portraying it or presenting it in this unpleasant manner. She is shown here to be weak and enslaved, very much in contrast to the nature of tigers that she is knitting on a woolen fabric. Understood? Mean she is shown here to be so weak, she is so vulnerable to the prejudice, to the exploitation, or to the discrimination being meted out to her by her husband in a marital in a world which is purely governed by the males. She's shown here to be weak and enslaved. She has become enslaved in the hands of her husband, very much in contrast to the nature of tigers that she is knitting on a woolen fabric. Okay, but she is very calm and she is quiet and she is very timid by nature. On the other hand, she is making an embroidery of a royal animal tiger. So might be because of this reason she is feeling even more scared, okay, to make a design of tiger on a piece of cloth. Okay, so that is why she is hesitating. Her needles are not working properly on this fabric of cloth. It's not working properly because she cannot be like a tiger to her husband. Okay, she is always polite and she's always subservient to her husband. But now she's trying to play the role of a tiger to express her rebellious nature. That is why initially might be she is feeling too much nervous, and as a result, her fingers are fluttering. Okay, even though in real life a wedding ring does not weigh much, but symbolically it suggests the amount of dominance her husband has exercised over her in her marital life. Her inner spirit has been stifled by the patriarchal society. Okay, so her inner spirit means has been stifled by patriarchal. Inner spirit of freedom, her inner spirit of, inner means inside, whatever spirit, whatever energy she is having inside, that energy, that spirit has been stifled, has been broken by the domination of her husband. Okay, therefore she is thinking in this manner. Okay, the weight of the wedding band or wedding ring is not much, but metaphorically speaking, it is because of the wedding ring that she cannot go against her husband. It is because of the wedding compliance that she has to bear everything silently. Understood? That is why it has become the wedding ring has become a metaphor for something which is burdensome, which is too much irksome, which is too much heavy on her, that she cannot walk out of this marital life because of this particular ring, because this particular ring is a liability for her, it's a burden for her. That is why it has sat so heavily upon our hands, upon our fingers, that she is not able to walk out of her marital life, and she is not able to, her fingers are fluttering because she is undergoing too much of suffering, and she is also scared of taking up the role of a tiger in her real life. She cannot take up the role of a tiger, but as she is portraying the on her woolen fabric, she's portraying the image of a tiger. That is why her fingers are fluttering, because by nature she is as timid and as calm and as docile, or as compliant, like a lamb. But on the other hand, she is making a image of a tiger. So might be for this reason her fingers are also fluttering through her wool. Okay, so dear students, That's all for the day, and next paragraph I shall explain you next day. Okay, next paragraph, next day I'll explain you. And I have already updated this lesson on my website. You can have a look. Okay, you can have a look, and whichever lesson you'd like to write down on your English notebook, you can search from my home page only. Okay, go to my home page, and on the search field you write down the name of the lesson, and then if it is uploaded it will come to you, and you can write immediately. Okay, so I'm going to I have already uploaded this. You can go through this lesson, and once again I tell you ki, I shall wind up in the next class this lesson. Okay, this poem. One paragraph is left. I've got another class scheduled. Okay, class 11 plus. Please be online in the next class as well. Okay, so before we wind up, dear students, thank you so much. And I hope you have got my syllabus. And if you have any query, let me know. Syllabus, some part of September test also needs to be included. Okay, because 10 marks will be there from the first online test, and remaining 20 marks from from fresh syllabus or fresh chapters that we've given you in this syllabus this time. So that is why we had to include some previous chapters also, because in your board examination all chapters are included. Okay, so that you can go through the revision. You can revise these lessons, and you can also revise some more lessons that we have recently finished. So if you have any doubt regarding any question pattern or anything, you can always reach out to me through my website. You can write your queries on the chat box. I've been telling you many a times. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me through my website or through WhatsApp, whatever. You have plenty of mediums to reach out to me. Okay, so bye bye dear students, take care and have a great day.